everyone, welcome to the second lesson in the Varlyngton Bootcamp. And today we'll be discussing the skeletal system, understanding the framework of the human body. Well, normally people describe the skeleton as the bony framework of the human body. That's the simplest definition, and it's very easy to understand. And trust me, in today's lesson, you enjoy it. So, before we start, we have an icebreaker. What if humans had no bones? What if the skeletal system did not exist? What would happen if you did not have a skeleton as shown? And let's name three things you can and cannot do if you have no bones. So, to be honest, I can't mention up to three things I cannot do if I had no bones. I just think maybe when I was younger, I loved doing ballet, but now I stopped and my bones became rigid as I grew. So I think if I had no bones, I would love to be like a jellyfish, so flexible, that kind of thing. But I can't mention any other thing I can do without bones. And three things that I can do without with bones. Yes, I can run, I can jump, I can move around, support my posture, etc. There are a lot of things you can do with bones. So let's move on. In today's lesson, we'll be able to understand the major components of the human skeletal system. We'll be able to explain the functions of the skeleton and identify specific bones and their roles in the body. Let's go with this fact first. Did you know that babies are born with about 300 bones, but adults only end up with 206 bones? And this is because as we grow, these bones fuse together, okay? They fuse a lot. Bones grow. As they grow, they merge with other bones. So, yeah, the 300 eventually becomes 206 as they grow. Okay, the skeletal system. In the beginning, I said that most people describe the skeletal system as the bony framework of the human body. It comprises of bones, connective tissues, and includes cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. So these bones are living tissues with blood supply, and they constantly change and remodel as humans grow. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrows. Also white blood cells. They are also produced in the bone marrow. So these bones also help in the supply of blood and development of blood cells. As we said earlier, babies are born with 300 bones and eventually becomes 206. This is because as these bones are, as humans grow, these bones also remodel and change in shape and structure. So let's try naming the parts of the skeletal system before I show the answers. We're going to try to do this without your own, without looking at any other resource and see how many you can identify. Okay, so great job. If you weren't able to do so, we'll check it out in the next slide and see the correct answers. So these are the parts of the skeletal system, and I think the most common ones here are the skull, the ribs, the spine. Which other one? I think so. These are the common ones that many people know. Then we have the patella. If you don't know, the patella is also called the kneecap. We have the sternum. We have the scapula. That's the shoulder blade. That sharp side that is really body. Most people's scapulas are very sharp, like mine. We have the humerus, we have the pelvis that's around the hip region, we have the radius, we have the ulna, we have the tibia, we have the fibula. Those are like parts of the human limbs. We have the we mentioned? Yeah, we have the spine that protects the spinal cord. We have the femur. And yes, these are the parts of the skeletal system. We also have the carpals, metacarpals, phalanges. Those are around our fingers regions and toe regions, but it's not here. Okay, So, did you know that the bones also serve as the storehouse for two minerals, which are calcium and phosphorus? Well, just like how the blood has iron in it, the bones also have two minerals, which are calcium and phosphorus. And you know, calcium is very common. Most people like grind bones and add it to their food here. It's actually part of a cultural dish, but I'm not sure everyone does it. But the reason why they do it is because they think that the bones are when you grind them, the bones provide enough nutrients, which is actually a very good thing. And their thought is actually correct because the bones have calcium and phosphorus. These minerals are essential for nerves and cells to function properly. Every mineral we have in our bodies has a purpose, and the purpose of this too is to help the nerves and the cells to function properly. So, types of bones. Bones are classified according to their shape. We have long bones, short bones here. So the long bones are usually cylindrical in shape and they act as a lever and help support the weight of the body. They carry weight, they help support weight. So an example of the long bone is the femur. Yeah, is the femur. Then an example of the short bone are the carpal bones that I was saying earlier that I forgot to include in the diagram. So the short bones are small and compact, and they are designed for strength and stability. For example, right now I'm holding a cup. I can hold it firmly. I can hold it in strength. When you play doing arm wrestle with someone, you use your carpal bones, hold the person tight, firm. So yes, the short bones are designed for strength and stability, while the long bones acts as a lever, help support the weight of the body. Let's move on. Then we have the flat bones and the irregular bones. Flat bones have a flat surface and serve as a protector and a point of muscle attachment. A very good example of this is the scapula. The scapula is a flat bone and it also serves as a point of muscle attachment. Well, an irregular bone, just like how we have irregular shapes in mathematics, or maybe when you say the amoeba that has no shape at all, sometimes you call it irregular, but here in terms of bones, they have similar meanings. We are just talking about a complex shape that we can't define whether it's a circle, we can't define whether it's a parallelogram, we can't define if it's flat, if it's long, that kind of thing. So it's called an irregular bone, and it has a complex shape and has a variety of functions such as protection, providing support. A very good example of this is the vertebra. So let's stop here for a minute or a few seconds. We're going to try to name the bones. What type of bones are they and what are their primary functions? So I'm giving you guys a few minutes. You could type your answers in the comment section. Okay, so let's move on. So the first bone we saw is actually the sternum, and it's a flat bone. It's flat. It provides protection of the heart and the lungs. You know, we find it in between the chest region like that. Then we have the pelvis, of course, from its shape. We can't tell whether it's a circle. We can't tell whether it's a parallelogram. We can't tell whether it's long. We can't tell whether it's flat. We can't tell. So it's irregular. And it serves as a point of attachment of muscles. Remember, irregular shapes sometimes serve as point of attachment. And we have the tibia. It's long, it's a long bone, and it supports weight bearing. So remember that the bones are grouped according to their shape, with main types being flat, irregular, short, and long bones. Let's move on. Functions of the skeleton. Before we started, I asked a question. What can we do and what can we not do if we had no bones? And well, the first thing here I have, why are these bones important? What are the functions of the skeleton? And the first one is support. It gives shape and support to the body. Like when you say, oh my God, this person has a nice shape. What makes that shape? It's the skeletal system. The skeleton provides shape. It provides support. For example, The spine helps humans maintain an upright position. Like sometimes you see people with hunchback, for example, like you can tell that their spine is a bit bent. But when we stand normally, we're trained to stand normally, and we have this great posture that is upright. It's because the spine is straight, the spine is positioned properly. That is another thing that humans have, and most animals don't have. Like most animals are bent in shape. So the skeletal system actually differs, but we're looking at the human body here. So the spine is an average adult. The spine of an average adult is made up of 26 bones. We have 24 individual vertebrae. We have the sacrum and we have the coccyx, which is the tailbone. Let's move on. Support, shape, and also protection. Bones protect our internal organs. The skull protects our brain, while the rib cage safeguards the heart and the lungs. So, yes, the human skull consists of 22 bones fused together. These bones cannot move except for the mandible, which is the lower jaw. Most times I'll be trying to move my maxilla, and it's actually so annoying because I can't, and I'll be trying to. But in the skull, we only have the mandible, which can move, unfortunately. Okay, so this provides protection. Imagine someone getting shot directly into their head. So it's the bullets would affect their brain, and if just small part of the brain cut, it can lead to madness or maybe a neurological disorder in that area. But with the skull, it's able to, like, let's say, shield the brain from the bullet. Although there might be damages caused, it wouldn't be as severe as when there's no skull at all. Then for the rib cage, we can, like, our lungs are always going in and out, in and out. The rib cage helps provide that support. It helps to protect it. Also our heart, which is a very fragile organ, the rib cage also helps to protect it. Then when we talk about movements, earlier I said that if there are a lot of things I could do in my skeleton. I could run, I could jump, I could move around. Yes, so bones team up with joints and muscles to allow movement. As muscles contract, they pull on bones, enabling people to walk, run, jump, and engage in various activities. This is the fun part of the skeletal system. Without the skeletal system, that's without the skeleton, we wouldn't be able to move around. We wouldn't be able to, let's say, do those things we enjoy, like playing football, volleyballs, dancing, walking around, hiking, etc. So bones help in movement, bones help in support, bones help in protection, bones help in giving shape. They protect our internal organs. The bones in the elbows and knees are joined by flexible joints. These joints allow the bones to glide, swing, or rotate. See, joints are also very important in this movement area. And producing blood cells, very important. The red and white blood cells are produced in the bone marrow, a soft spongy material in the hollow center of a person's bone. In adults, most blood cells are produced in the spine, the hips, the ribs, and the breastbone, while in children, like you and I'm not sure anyone here is up to the age of 18 for now. So for us, it normally takes place in the long bones, like the where okay, sorry for that, I'm back. It takes place in the femur. So bones and beyond. We've learned a lot of bones today. So choose one bone amongst all you have learned today. What makes this bone unique, and what is its role in the human body? I remember when we were carrying out this class live, someone said that her favorite bone is the mandible because it helps chewing and she loves food. While me, I said that maybe it would be the spine, because the spine and the skull, because I'm one that's very curious about the nervous system, and, like, yeah, These two bones are connected to the spine, the brain. So yeah, I'm interested in those, and I find them really unique. And well, I love all the parts of the all the bones in the legs because I love moving around. I love moving around. So you can discuss this in the comment section or in the bioimage group. Discuss this with your peers. Tell them which bone you find unique and what is its role in the human body. Next slide. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's do a recap. The human skeleton. It is the bony framework of the body. It is comprised of bones and connective tissues. Types of bones we have these types of bones are grouped according to their shapes. So we have the long, we have the short, we have the flat, we have the irregular. And when we talk about the functions of the skeletal system, we talk about support, protection, movement, and production of blood cells. Very easy to understand. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's topic. Thank you. So looking further, I have an assignment for you guys. How broken bones heal. So what you guys are going to do is that, well, bones are made up of living tissues and have an incredible ability to heal. So the assignment for today is to create an infographic or a graphic organizer in Canva showing the key stages of how bones regenerate and remodel after a fracture. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. Looking forward to see you all in this session on muscles. Thank you.